How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Rouse back with another video. We are coming at you with another member of the Dark Avengers. We have Marvel Boy, and I did do my research. I did do some looking into him, so I know a little bit about him because I don't have the box, so I needed stuff to talk about. So yeah, with all that being said, let's take a look at this figure and talk about Dark Avengers.
The Kree are one of the galaxy's most ancient civilizations, one of the superpowers. We're at war with another one, the Skrulls. Both empires are looking for strategic footholds to fight the war, as well as resources.
So I had already had this figure at one point because I wanted to get the totally awesome Hulk bath, and yeah, so I got him and then I sold him, not knowing anything about the character, not knowing they were going to go all in on Dark Avengers. And so I went and rebought him for like 15 bucks on eBay, and I didn't even know that this was included with a lot. I didn't get a box, but I did get the Dark Avengers Dark Reign. I don't know which number that is. Number 6, which has Marvel Boy on the front. And Marvel Boy, so I did my research, y'all. So we don't have a box, but we'll take a look at the figure and all that stuff. So give me a second. All right, so we'll take a look at him before I talk. Well, we can do both. But we do get a nice head sculpt. It's not bad. It just had pinned limbs, and I was like, I don't need to keep this. It's not pinless. But I rebought him. I got a comic with it, so I'm not too upset. And I already had the bath piece, so I wasn't upset about not having that. But you can see there's some nice green detail and white detail on this black bodysuit coming down to that gold belt, which matches his guns. And I'm assuming the guns and the bands on his hands have something to do with his powers. He's Kree. He is called Marvel Boy, and his name is Novar. And so he crash lands on Earth, and he gets taken prisoner in the cube by S.H.I.E.L.D., I think. And they're like, you know, you could be a good guy. And he's like, no, I'm going to punish Earth. I declare war. Y'all captured me. I was just doing my job. Because he like went down to hunt down who took down the Kree ship and all this stuff, and it caused a bunch of problems on Earth. And then, you know, eventually he gets recruited by Norman Osborn to join the Dark Avengers, and he has a redemption at some point. Before that, Captain Marvel shows up, like the real Captain Marvel, I believe, and not Moonstone, and she tries to fight him, and he's like, I hope you remember that I didn't fight you. And then he finds out that his whole team is full of villains, and then he kind of goes MIA and becomes hunted by the Dark Avengers, because he wasn't like, his whole thing was like misunderstandings, like him coming down to Earth and being like, Earth's my enemy and all this stuff. He's like, no, you just don't understand. And then he had to talk, I forget what, I just read about him recently, but I forget. He had to talk with somebody, and then he had like a change of heart. He's like, you know, I don't really care about hurting Earth. In fact, I want to protect it. So he was trying to do some good when he joined the sorry, I keep bumping the camera. He was trying to do some good when he joined the Dark Avengers, but he realized it would be a lot worse. So even though he's not really a bad guy, like he started out as a bad guy and he's more of like an anti-hero at first, I still got him for the Dark Avengers shelf because he'll look good up there, and I do have a spot for him right now. And then I'll need Ares and Hawkeye, and apparently that Captain Marvel will be coming from Big Bad Toy Store soon, so we'll see. Which is Moonstone as Captain Marvel, and they actually bump uglies in the book, so that's interesting, right? So yeah, Novar, he's a Kree. He started out evil and decided that's not what I want to do, and defected from the Dark Avengers, and now he's like on the Avengers, Young Avengers, kind of like in and out. So, and he also goes by another name now. What is it? Most recently, he's gone by Protector, which different suit. He's got like a full almost mask with an open mouth part, and it's like black and white with the red gems on his belt and hands still. So yeah, those are probably part of his powers. I didn't dig that deep into him, but there's some information about Novar, Marvel Boy, Protector. I already forgot the name before I went back, but yeah, let's get into the other stuff. Checking out his height, he's not that tall. He's about 6 1/4. 6 1/4. I think he's on the Sunfire body. That's what it looks like to me. All right, going over the articulations, starting at the head, forward, backward, to the side. Shoulders come out 90 degrees. Butterfly joints all the way back, all the way forward. We get double joints right here. Ab crunch, backwards, forwards. Waist crunch, forward, backward. Kicking his own butt on the leg. We also get a thigh cut, a boot cut, ankle rockers, all that good stuff. So, pretty basic articulation because it's on an older body, but he can still, you know, I don't know what I'm going for there. I think he's running and shooting. I don't know. But, you know, Marvel Legends, you know what to expect from articulation. Nothing crazy. I'm sure he can fly because, you know, he's a Kree. He's got alien powers. And with Kree, they either look human or they don't look human. And that's funny. I guess it's just depending on who's creating the character. But yeah, that's some info about Marvel Boy. And then I guess we'll just do his accessories because all he comes with is his blasters right here. And like I said, they tie into his belts, and if you take them off, it's actually sculpted onto the hand, so we don't get any other hands, and you couldn't really use any other ones. And there is a port at the end to put some effects in as well, so you could definitely, and I will for photography probably, put some blast effects in there and have him blasting away. But yeah, that is that stuff for Marvel Boy here.
Kree sentries can't be stopped. If the sentry drone sees that a planet's population is going to be a problem, it's equipped with a negabomb, a device designed to exterminate a troublesome species on any targeted planet.
Alright, going. That is that stuff for Marvel Boy here. Well, first up for comparison, here he is with some other Dark Avengers. Like I said, I'm getting the whole band together. They just need to make a new Ares. I'm not getting the old one. It's too old, too expensive, etc., etc. And they need to release a new Dark Avengers Hawkeye, and I mean, they do need a Mac Gargan Dark Avengers Venom, but before that we would need a actual Mac Gargan Venom update. So I think that this VHS Spider-Man works fine because the VHS Renew Your Vows is too big to be Peter Parker, so it could be Mac Gargan because he's normal sized, unlike Eddie Brock. I mean, Eddie's normal size too. Now I'm just rambling. But yeah, here is Marvel Boy next to Iron Patriot, Dakin, aka Wolverine, the Sentry, and Mac Gargan, aka Venom, aka Spooderman. But yeah, Dark Avengers assemble. I wonder how long that's been crooked. And I don't have the box like I said, but instead of more comparison because that's a pretty good range of comparison. Other than I guess I could put Captain Marvel up there. I'll do that really quick before. Hold on. Let me get situated because Venom already volunteered to be moved, but I don't have the evil Moonstone Captain Marvel yet, but there is now my ankle's all messed up, I'm sorry. I've ruined it. There is our Captain Marvel figure with the rest of the Dark Avengers because Moonstone is Captain Marvel, but I'm sure they're almost the same size, if not exactly the same size. And then we can get to this cover right here, which looks pretty cool. It's got Novar, Marvel Boy on the front, and it looks like he's fighting a symbiote there in the back, which would probably be Venom, but I don't know. And he is wearing that black, white, and gold suit, so that's pretty cool. It's rated T+. Dark Reign, Dark Avengers number 5. I can't just read number 5. I'll have to read the whole series and do a video on Dark Avengers when I get the rest of the figures. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I think it's a cool storyline. I just haven't done my research yet. So yeah, that does it for Marvel Boy here as far as the comparisons and stuff. So with all that being said, y'all, I will say that this Marvel Boy is pretty dang cool. Other than the character, not the figure, because it's got pins, but it is cool that we're able to get the Dark Avengers all together pretty quickly, other than not having a new Ares or a new Dark Avengers Hawkeye, which I'm hoping we get soon because we really need those two, and then the team will be complete. And then I can do a Dark Avengers video talking about the team and doing like one of the arcs or whatever, maybe the first arc. And I'm going to do a lot more of those. So yeah. If you guys like this video, smash like, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Check out the giveaways. Check out my members only stuff. We have early videos, exclusive live streams, exclusive videos, and all kinds of other stuff. Comment, let me know if you've read Dark Avengers, if you know about Marvel Boy, how your day is going, just say hey. Do all that stuff. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to your local LGBTQ community. I love you. I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah.